What's going on, Harmony fam? It's your boy Jay here, back again with some alpha. Today we're going to be talking about Evoverse. I'm not going to lie, I definitely been slacking. I took my time with this one. I'm not too sure why. Well, I kind of know why, just real life stuff. But anyways, let's get to it. Evoverse is a DeFi slash GameFi combination. The big thing that sticks out to me is the Pokemon aspect. If there's any game that I probably have the most playtime with, it's probably Pokemon. And I took like a 3 to 4 year break, but the hours I spent playing Pokemon when I was younger is just insane. So this type of game is right up my alley. I definitely have high expectations. The team is working on creating with Unreal Engine 5, so you know those graphics are going to be crazy. The game evolves around mystical and fabulous creatures that we have named Evos. But in addition, our project will also include a set of DeFi tools and services, future lending, or a DEX connected to FoxSwap. So if we check out their roadmap, they are on the stage where they just launched their governance token. Of course, like with everything in the crypto space or the NFT space, if something doesn't go right, people just start to FUD. So there was a little FUD in the beginning, but the token is back on track and it's moving pretty well. So you can see here, started off hot, drop back down, started off hot, drop back down, and this is just over the course of two to 3 days. I'm definitely kicking myself for not paying attention. I was out of town and didn't have access to buy in when I wanted to. I would have been doing the Harlem Shake right now because we're almost around 20 cents and I could have got in around 6 to 8 cents, but it is what it is. I'm still going to invest and start a little bag. So heading back to the roadmap, they just launched their token. They're going to be using FoxSwaps. So they're going to be launching their DEX tomorrow. Technically, it was supposed to be today, Monday the 18th. But to make up for that, they're going to be increasing the rewards for the first day. And then back to their regularly scheduled program the following. So make sure, of course, not financial advice, but make sure if you do plan on investing, try to get a little something today so you are all set to start reaping the benefits tomorrow. Heading back over to the roadmap, they're going to also enable liquidity staking with rewards in the bank. They're going to also have a professional kind of DEX UI where it's a non-gamified versions, and eventually launch their borrowing and lending tools to complete the integration. Later down in the pipeline, they're going to be launching their own marketplace where users will be able to purchase, sell, rent, and trade their Evos, the business, lands, and items. They're going to launch the breeding aspect as well and distribute the Gen 0 Evos. Later on in the roadmap, they're going to have Evos on work. You can think of that as like going on quests via DeFi Kingdoms or some of the other games out there. There are going to be two types of work. They have temporary work and long term. It will generate extra rewards passively based on the type of stats of the Evo according to the work on the progress, plus some additional features in game. They're also going to launch Evo Comics. That way they can educate players with the lore even before the release of the story. They're going to have an Evopedia, an official website to find out about each Evo and its lore, kind of like a Pokédex. And they're going to continue to work on marketing growth. So that was between Q1 and Q2. Q2 and Q4, we're going to go PvP, NFT avatars, webtoons, land and businesses. They're also going to throw their hat in the ring with the multi-chain approach. They're going to launch a DEX on Polygon, launch a lending platform on Polygon, and then create a poll to choose which blockchain to launch on after. As they continue to grow, they're going to implement the story mode, partner with YouTube streamers to showcase the game to non-crypto gamers, showing them how easy it is to join and play. And I don't know what the hell that is. Airplane? Anyways, create a structure for systems for decentralized voting and governance. Q4 and the long-term game plan. Further multi-chain expansion, additional DeFi services. They're going the anime route, advanced fan-based mining, where you can kind of create a webtoon or an anime products, therefore distributing token incentives to viewers. For those of you who kind of care if they're doxed or not, they're not doxed yet, but they will be doxed later down the line. I mean, my personal opinion, doxed or not, it's just if they rug, they rug. I mean, I don't know. It's tricky, touchy subject, I guess you could say, because there's people out there that are doxed that still don't care. So before we go over the frequently asked questions, let's go check out some gameplay and a couple of the Evos that they've created so far. Not gonna lie, those graphics do look pretty smooth. Hey, if you told me that was Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I would believe you. I mean, that looks like a game that would be on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, time to butcher some names. We have Lamfall. Yeah, we'll go with that. We have Volpyro. We have Elosilus, maybe. Some shit like that. Looks fire though. Armadillo, definitely a rock type. This reminds me of Flygon. Flygon mixed with a Scyther. Ooh, that looks clean. Fanatis, bug type. Got the crab doing the Harlem Shake. Carcoid. Last but not least, we got Carowite, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm here to butcher names. That's what I do. Looking like some kryptonite. Now let's check out some of the frequently asked questions. On which blockchain will the project run? First, we're going with Harmony. 3 to 4 months later, we plan to launch on Polygon. Later, we will launch on Chronos. Then maybe we'll do a community poll to determine what blockchain is next. So, Harmony, Polygon, and Chronos coming up. On which platforms will the game run? They're working on mobile and desktop. On desktop, you'll be able to run the whole game. On mobile, you'll only be able to run PvP. I like the fact that they included mobile because I'm kind of always on the go, so that's fire. I'll still be able to game while making some power moves. I've seen some of the images for the game. Will the game look worse, or are they just renders? So all images are screenshots taken from dev scenes. The game will probably look better since we will focus on tweaking little details to improve the graphics quality once we approach the launch. Graphics could be worse on mobile since they have to reduce the models, details, and textures to ensure it doesn't take too much space in the hard drive. But don't worry, it'll still look amazing. There's no whitelist. There's no DAO as of yet. How is the project different from DeFi Kingdoms or DeFi? Harmony RPCs was a big issue, thinking about launching on a different chain, but they decided to stick with Harmony because they do not want to launch anywhere else. Our game is a 3D game with awesome lore behind it, so we will reach non-crypto people and gamers that prefer to play and not worry about the crypto aspect. So yeah, they say they are similar, but they are also different. We don't think we are two projects that need to fight but live in harmony. We can grow more by helping each other. And that's the biggest thing when I think about these games as well, trying to implement the DeFi/GameFi aspect of it. If everybody's doing lending, borrowing, and this, that, and the third, then like, what's going to separate you from the others? It's gonna have to be the story. It's gonna have to be the quests/missions. Basically, it's gonna boil down to the gameplay. Who's going to actually provide a game? Not to FUD these games where it's just like send your hero on a quest and then come back later, but I'm a gamer. At least I like to think I'm a gamer. I want something interactive where I'm not waiting 4 hours to send somebody else on a quest or something like that. I need some type of interactive game, like 24/7. Like I'm trying to grind. Like I'm not trying to just plug and play. Like that shit is boring. Like I'm looking for an actual gameplay. So I feel like the first game that's going to actually do that will be the winner in my book, whether that's Cosmic Universe or DeFi Kingdom or DeFi or Evoverse. Like any of the Harmony games right now, whatever game is actually going to be a game will be lit. Like even if we go off chain like Aurora, like I just can't wait for an actual game where I can grind and actually play without just clicking a couple buttons and then waiting hours to send them back out, because not gonna lie, I've been doing that since November and it's pretty boring, and I'm not trying to FUD my own bags, but like we need some actual gameplay. And that's the one thing I've realized about this GameFi aspect, crypto, whatever you want to call it. There's no actual game yet. We are the first kind of investors/believers, and it kind of boils down to, will we stick around long enough in order to actually see the game be developed? But anyways, enough of my ranting. Are you related to Evoverse BSC? No, just similar names. The website mentions Pokemon-like game. However, Pokemon Yellow and Arceus have very different gameplay, which is the direction. That's true. Pokemon Yellow or Arceus. I'd rather play like a yellow type game, to be honest. So they said they're trying to follow the classic Pokemon turnstile battles and World Explorer. Yes, that's what I like to read, with improved graphics and some multiplayer community. How many Evos are there? So we have Monster, Bug, Mineral, Ether, Corrupt, Earthly, Air, Fire, Water, Dark, Light, and Plant. All right. Well, the story mode will be similar to Pokemon. We aim to have some similar progressions in the story, although we plan to make battles more complicated. So can you choose one starter? So can people choose one starter? You will be able to choose between your purchase Evo or play with a free one that they provide, like at the beginning of the selecting your starter. But one thing about the free Evo is it will limit you in lots of ways, and you won't be able to trade them, you won't be able to evolve them. They will also be level capped. So this is just a way to help new players try their best and test before purchasing an Evo. But to progress in the game, we strongly recommend a good team of Evos. They'll give more information about that later down the line. Will the project have an audit for smart contracts? Yes, of course. Is the project more of a game or a DEX with animations? The project is more of a game than a DEX, again, which is what I'm looking for personally. I'm trying to play a game. Like, there's so many DEX type games out there that it's already boring. Since it will be a game, will there be a storyline like Pokemon or more of a repetitive PvE PvP style like Axie? Evoverse is going to implement both modes, story mode and PvP, but everything has its lore. PvP mode is just to become the very best trainer in the world, but if you want to discover the reason behind Evos, the politics, the religion, or NPCs in the world, I strongly recommend you play the story mode. It is a remarkable story created by Evo Eden. Shout out Eden. So how many Evos will we see at launch, and will they expand after time? There will be about 70 to 80 phase 1 Evos, not counting traits or shinies. Oh, they got shinies in here? Let's go. I hope the shinies actually look cool and have some type of utility to them. Once we launch the story mode, you will be able to evolve them, thus unlocking more Evos. That will bring us around 120 to 160 for the first generation. As we mentioned before, our story will be in seasons, and each season means a new region. If you don't know what a region is, it's a new map and a new generation of Evos. So each season is around 6 to 9 months, but don't worry if you buy a Gen 0 Evo, because we will make sure not to devalue your original Evo. In fact, they will increase in value. Will they all be more or less the same, or rare ones stronger? So basically they're saying there will be legendaries in the game, and obviously weaknesses play a part in the battle. So again, if you played Pokemon, you know you can be fighting a legendary Pokemon, and as long as you have the right matchup, say you're going against the ice type and you have a fire Pokemon, you're probably going to be Gucci. But one of their goals is to avoid making the game unfair and pay to win, but rewarding users supporting us by buying and breeding. So just because you have a rare Pokemon doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be the GOAT. So fights will be a maximum of 6 Evos, just like Pokemon. When are we expecting the game to launch realistically? So DEX and some financial services, alpha and beta, PvP May/June, PvP launch in June/July for the first 2 chapters of Season 1. So the story mode and the first 2 chapters of Season 1, aka the story mode, the end of summer. There will be smaller launches like validation support programs and portfolio tracking tools along with these events. So again, they are trying to make this non-crypto as possible, so you won't have to use the MetaMask web browser. You'll be able to just use a regular website and deposit funds on there. Is there a burning mechanism? No, not yet, but it's possible. It's pretty much how they answered that. So Evoverse is definitely looking fire. Definitely check that out. I'm personally hyped because I'm a Pokemon nerd, so whether it's Evoverse, Everseed, like I'm going to be playing them all because I just like games where I can grind and create a squad and try to knock other people's heads off. So let's get it. If you like this video, definitely leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.